And good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Jim Deggys Pizza on Highway 28 East, where we are broadcasting live tonight for the Bryant Bell Coaches Show. A little bit of an odd night for us. It's a Wednesday night instead of our normal Thursday time, but there have been a lot of unusual things happening in the football world this week. And no, it's not because we wanted to be off so we could watch the NFL game tomorrow night. It's because we unfortunately have some scheduling issues to work out this week with both Nathan and I. So we talked to the coach, and he said, it'll make my wife happy if you do this on Wednesday night so she can come and bring the family and enjoy the game and enjoy the show and enjoy some pizza. So we make the wife happy. We win all the way around, Coach.
That's right. Amen.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But it is good to welcome you in. I'm Rich Dupree, Nathan Martin on the other end of the table, and stuck in the middle with us is our head coach, Bryant Bell. And it's been a good week, obviously, coming off of last Friday night's win. What's been the spirit and the mood around Rebel Hill?
We've definitely had a little extra pep in our step. It's a good feeling. It's a feeling that we certainly want to get used to, and we've had a good week of practice, and we enjoyed it. We kind of dove into it and enjoyed it this weekend and early in the week. But we flipped the page, and now we preach consistency, and that's where we are now, preparing for this week.
Obviously, Coach, the win over Winfield, which the final score 20-14, ended a losing streak that goes back to your first season and everything. Last season, obviously, for a lot of reasons, a very difficult one for all of us. But you preach certain things to your students, but they're your team as well, to get them to believe and to buy into what you're saying. And when you cash a check like you did last Friday night, that's got to put some dividends in the bank.
Yeah, it's been a tough year, and there's a lot of work and a lot of sweat and just effort that myself, our coaching staff, our players, our community who backs us, put into it. So last Friday was validation in a lot of ways, and it was very sweet to finally punch through and to see the fruit of our labor, pay off.
No doubt. And we'll dig in a little bit more. We've got a special guest coming our way in just a few minutes. We'll be talking with our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game recipient, as well as our Quibido's Cajun Cafe player of the game. So everything's got a sponsor, and we look forward to telling you who that is, and then you're going to get to meet him. So you'll see a graphic and a picture, but then you're also going to get to meet that individual in just a little bit. We also will obviously look ahead to the Menard Eagles, who are coming up on the schedule on Friday night. 2 home games in a row to start the season. So very excited about having the Menard Eagles. And for 446 Sports, you'll have 2 of our 5 teams that we cover there with the Eagles and the Rebels, and we'll talk a little bit more about that toward the end of the program as well, and what that'll mean for our broadcast coming up. But Coach, this week also brought some interesting news from the standpoint of one of our district rivals, and your alma mater, the West Monroe Rebels, have put their new head coach, on administrative leave because of an issue with overheating and the practice that goes with that. And I know that's been a challenge for you in the coaching world. What are you hearing from other coaches that have had to make adjustments to this unusually warm weather we've had?
Well, we communicate and collaborate, us area coaches in particular, but other contacts that we have, and you have to use common sense, and obviously you have to follow the legal guidelines, and I mean we have a trainer that's on staff, Miss Ashley Holt. She's the best in the business, and she makes a lot of our decisions for us that we're probably not qualified to make.
Right.
You have to use that and the eyeball test and make sure that if you see a young man overheated or having some trouble, you need to shut him down. And it's unfortunate what's happening. In West Monroe is I don't know the facts. I can't comment on that. But I pray that never happens to any of our young people. And
no doubt.
I do the very best that I can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, it was obviously some breaking news that was filling up Twitter and text messages, as a lot of us football guys were sharing that with each other, and we talked about it last week, even the adjustments you had made even the week before, with doing practice before school started, and what a difficult chore that was, because unlike college players who maybe are already on campus or can drive, these high schoolers had to depend a lot of times on their parents to get them to practice, and yet they made that adjustment because they understood what 100-plus degree temps mean.
If the parents wouldn't have made those sacrifices and the players wouldn't have been willing to wake up and be there at 5:45 a.m. for 6 a.m. practice, we simply would not have won last week. So that victory was for everybody who did their part, and we were happy to do that for them.
And that's a good point, Coach, and appreciate you bringing that point into it, not just the aspect of what the parents did in getting their kids there, but that practice made a difference, and obviously with the West Monroe situation, hopefully that will resolve itself. But a first-year coach in a very storied program there in West Monroe, and to have that happen as you go into week number 2 certainly presents a challenge for all involved.
Yeah, it's a tough deal, especially for the players. I mean, they're getting adjusted, but they'll bounce back.
One of the things, Coach, we've seen the LHSAA do is have the mandatory water breaks at every halfway through the quarter. And how long will that continue? Is it through the month of September only, or will it go into October?
It's mandatory through September, and then after that, it's up to the referee's discretion. So if we have a hot evening in October, which I hope we don't, we're all tired of this.
No doubt.
Then we will.
Is that something you discussed before the game that's laid out that we're going to do this or we're not?
Yeah, that we discussed it in the pregame meeting, so we all know.
Yeah, that was the question. How far before? Is it not just at the coin toss? It's an hour or so before.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Well, as you go into the season, your players, we didn't see as much cramping as we might have expected. We saw a little bit, but not as much. So you guys have definitely done a great job on the hydration as well. What else do you do to combat the cramping?
Well, I mean, it's preventative. It's what we do in the off season. We push them as hard as we can in the summer to prevent the cramping, but we literally start forcing Gatorade and water on them on every Thursday morning, and I mandate that they chug water and Gatorade, and I basically watch them do it so that I know that they're at least in front of me, they're doing the right thing. But,
that's a good point. I think all of us as parents can relate to telling our kids that as well. We're talking with head football coach Bryant Bell as we get ready for week number 2. Another news item that was in the news this week was an interesting dynamic between Zachary and John Curtis. And what I thought was a 2-year agreement between them to play, and Zachary started off the week by finding out that John Curtis was not wanting to keep that agreement, and as best I understand it, neither one of them have an opponent for Friday night in week number 2. Wow.
I miss the days when the game was scheduled and the game was played. Game was scheduled, and then I guess COVID came along and messed that up, and heat messed that up, and contract, but I don't know what happened there, but it's sad for the kids, and it's sad for just the state, because that would have to be game of the week, I would think, in our state.
So what does that do for standings? I mean, who forfeits the game?
I don't think it's a forfeit. It's probably just a no contest. So
really,
they'll both just play 9 games, I would assume, and have a 9-game season.
Yeah, I just found it, very awkward, and following NOLA.com and keeping up with that. I mean, that was a big story that hit, and I thought a contract was a contract, but maybe not. Maybe below I-10 it's not. I don't know. But anyway, that was some of the news and notes of this week outside of our local circle that we kind of wanted to get the coaches' comments on and kind of get into that just a little bit, because it is, for those of us that follow high school football, it gives us a great opportunity to dig in a little bit and tell you about some of those things. When we come back after our first time out, and letting you know we are live at Jim Deggys Pizza. It's a Wednesday night show. Glad to have you here with us, getting ready for Friday night's game, week number 2 with the Menard Eagles. That, of course, as you can follow, 446 Sports, as we carry the Rebels all season long, both our coaches show as well as our football game. And good to see a great crowd here with us at Jim Deggys Pizza. We invite you to come visit with us. We're on Skyline Plaza, just off 28 East. Invite you to come have a slice with us. But when we come back, we'll jump specifically into the Menard game and the Winfield game, and give you our perspective, highlights of the game from week number 1, and give you also our player of the game announcement and who our Southern Air Cool player of the game is. We'll recap that for you with the head football coach when we come back after this timeout. This is the Bryant Bell Show, live from Jim Deggys Pizza on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
And we welcome you back to Jim Deggys Pizza as we're coming to you live on 446 Sports. If you're watching this on delay or, Nathan, what's the technical term? I guess
the rebroadcast.
The
perhaps?
rebroadcast, perhaps, yes, which you can do now because of the way 446 Sports is set up.
Yeah, it's really great the way it's set up. You can go to 446sports.com. Right there on the top, it says high school. Click on that. You go to Pineville Rebels, and you get to watch the replay of the coaches show. You also get to watch where you have the link to the upcoming game. So for several days afterwards, you can go back and watch the replay of the previous game, the Winfield game, and then as we get closer to Friday night, you'll have the link for the Menard game. So all right there, easy to find, and it's available to you, believe it or not, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter. So 446 Sports, follow it on all 3 platforms and subscribe to the one that you like the most, and you can watch it anytime you want.
We did discover, though, when we were at Pineville High School last week, that there were certain social media platforms we couldn't log on to because of the school protection. Yeah. So just so you know, I've
got to reach out to the IT folks and say, hey, can you open this port? Look, those IT folks for the Rapid Spirit School Board, you want to talk about having something locked down.
Oh, yeah.
They nail it down better than anybody you could ever imagine, because if they don't give you specific permission, you can't get to it.
And we're trying to, broadcast the game, plus we're trying to make sure we're on all the platforms we're supposed to be on. So, again, just all the live action going on while we're trying to message some of our other broadcast partners to say, hey, what button do we need to push to make something happen? And they're saying, well, hey, we're watching it on YouTube. Yeah, right. And then it finally clicked. Oh, I bet they can't get that here. So, anyway, that's some of the things you deal with in this technical world that we're in. But, Coach, one thing for sure, Friday night, it was certainly a great start for the Pineville Rebels, a 20-14 win. Defense obviously made some things happen. But let's kind of set things up for your Rebels as far as one young man in particular on offense. You wanting to establish the run. You've worked hard on that all season long, and now you get to see that happen with Sebastian Molet, who had 17 carries for 95 yards.
Right, he's been a defensive end for I believe all 3 years in high school. We knew where we wanted to go on offense this year. So we moved him over to offense, and he's bought in, and he's running hard, and he's only getting better by the day, and he's going to eclipse the 100-yard mark here, hopefully pretty soon, but definitely soon.
When you look at a young man like Jalen Whitty, and we'll have him on the broadcast at some point here in the near future, but a young man that obviously can throw the ball, but you've put him in some RPO situations that I see him really starting to excel.
He is. He's getting better by the week as well, and we know what we have with his arm. We're still tinkering with some things and trying to maximize that, trying to get the ball in some people's hands and create passing opportunity. People just assume that we just want to run every play, and that's actually not accurate. We want to be able to throw it, but when we do, it has to count. So we're looking forward to having more success in the passing game, and Jalen is certainly a talent to do that.
Well, from the standpoint of what your offense is wanting to do this year, control the ball is important, and so establishing that run is also important, Coach.
Yes, we have to keep the clock running. We have to shorten the game. We know that our defense is going to do its job, and but any good defense, the best defense in the world, can only hold up for so long. So we can't leave them on the field for an extended period of time, or 20 possessions or something. I mean, we have to work the ball down the field, score, and eat clock up while we do it.
Well, you mentioned your defense, and boy, did your defense step up, including one particular young man who made 3 of the biggest plays Friday night that helped our Pineville Rebels snap a 12-game losing streak, and I'm talking about junior safety Jacob Miranda. There wasn't a lot of discussion up in the box when it came time to name our Quibido's Cajun Cafe player of the game, and I don't, when you think about that, and I know that Nathan's going to pull up a very nice graphic on that, but our Quibido's Cajun Cafe player of the game is Jacob Miranda, number 2, a 5'11", 178-pound junior. We're going to visit with him in just a few moments, but it's a very nice thing that we get to do on Sunday nights on our Coach Speak show, which airs at 6 p.m., is each of the schools that we are covering submits a player of the week, and also submits a Southern Air Cool cool play of the game. And Mr. Producer, will we be able to air that?
I hope. I'm going to try it right
okay.
now. Let's see if it
all
works.
Right. They won't hear it here, but we're watching it on screen. The replay of the snatch and score where Jacob, and I mean, I'm following number 41, and I'm watching him be tackled, and the next thing I know, there he goes, Jacob Miranda down the field, and we must have replayed that 4 or 5 times because we enjoyed watching that. And again, I apologize to folks here at Deggys don't get to see that over and over, but you can go on YouTube where the videos are on there forever and watch that over and over again. But Coach, what a swing that was, and of course Jacob not only did that, but and that was the Rebels' only score in the second half.
Yeah, and it was a big one too. We work those things in practice, and Jacob, always takes the opportunity to improve. The opportunity met preparation, and he made the most of it. And Jason Hawk came by today. They gives a little ball. Jason Hawk, and
great.
We went ahead and made it just a consensus sort of MVP for the week.
He swept the awards.
He did. And deservingly so. And it won't be his last either.
No doubt. And of course, Pineville had taken a 13-0 lead in the first half on a 30-yard touchdown run by Sebastian Mollett and a 4-yard TD run by Landon Grimes. How great was that for Landon to get that ball in the end zone?
It was good. It was. I Coach Webb and I always talk, when the times are bad, it never seems to bounce our way, literally. The ball never seems to, and I told him on the headset after that, I said, it's about time, it was our turn. And Landon was there and, used his speed to the corner, and, that won't be his last touchdown either.
Well, and that was in the running for our cool play of the game, sponsored by Southern Air. But obviously, the snatch and run, the 46-yard strip and score that happened early in the third quarter that put Pineville up by 2 scores was that play of the game. And each week we'll be doing that. We'll be selecting a Southern Air cool play of the game as well as a Quibido's player of the game, and they may not always be the same, but there was no doubt about it on Friday night, as Coach just telling us about Jason Hawk and Farm Bureau also joining in on that. We're talking with head coach Bryant Bell. Any other thoughts from you besides the Miranda heroics and the performances by Mollett? Other things that stood out for you in that win?
Obviously, you have the stats on there. You can see that, but just the effort that we played with for 48 minutes. I told them all week it would take 48 minutes of all they have, and if we would have literally taken the last play off, we would have lost. So it took just the effort and the resiliency that our team showed. When times got kind of ugly in the second half, and we bowed up, and I'm proud of that.
That is something that you try to teach young men, and it takes time, but certainly that time came on Friday in week number 1. So again, Pineville 20, Winfield 14, the final score in that game. A couple of other scores from around our district and around the area. West Monroe 14, Sterlington 3, Warren Easton 20, Ruston 19. That there were a couple of 1 and 2 point scores for some of the teams that we follow, and that certainly was a big game with Warren Easton and Ruston. West Washita 25, Caldwell 13, Washita 21, Rummel 20. Another very, very close game. Also, Buckeye 46, Block 20, and St. Frederick's 34, Menard 3. And Menard will be the next team that we face, and we will get into that a little bit later on in the show. But just to give you some of those scores from week number 1 finals from around Central Louisiana and around District 2 5A. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we're going to visit with the aforementioned Jacob Miranda. We'll get him on the headset. We'll go 4 wide here and talk with him. Look forward to that. Stay with us. This is the Bryant Bell Coaches Show live from Jim Deggys Pizza, Highway 28 East in the Skyline Plaza. Come enjoy some pizza, cold beverage, and enjoy some more football talk as we're almost halfway home with the Bryant Bell Coaches Show on 446 Sports.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted... Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
We welcome you back to Jim Deggys Pizza, where we are broadcasting live for 446 Sports. It's the Bryant Bell Coaches Show as we go 4 wide here with you on our broadcast, and are very pleased to welcome in Pineville Junior safety Jacob Miranda. And Jacob, a fantastic night for you. 3 of the biggest plays Friday night that stand out in the recap of the football game had your name on them. So tell me what Friday night was like for you.
Friday night was it was a great experience. Individually, I had a great game, but I feel like the whole team, it was just a well-deserved win. I'm just glad I contributed to starting off our seniors their last season in high school off right, and I feel like that's better than any individual highlight, was just starting them off, because they deserve it as much as anybody on the team.
Well, so. No doubt about that. From a coach's perspective, Bryant, young man, obviously, that you depend a lot on, his importance to the success of your program.
Jacob and the juniors they're my first class from when I got in. We came in together, and we have a bond, and I appreciate Jacob and those guys sticking around and giving me a chance. And now what you're starting to see is just their efforts and their resiliency and really their courage to do something different, not not open and roll somewhere else or go somewhere else or do just quit outright. You're starting to see it pay off, and Jacob's leader. Jacob is growing into an ever more vocal leader. He most certainly leads by example, and I don't think I could do it without him. So I'm blessed that that he's here with me.
Jacob Miranda is our guest here on the Bryant Bell Coaches Show. And, Jacob, 46-yard strip and score. We watched the video just a few moments ago as Nathan brought it up. For those that are watching the Coaches Show live or watching the replay of it, and we're watching now on our monitor here that replay. I'm watching 41 because he was their primary back. He had just came back into the game. He's going down to the ground, and then I'm seeing you sprint, and there's no one within 30 yards of you. What was that moment like for you?
That was just an opportunity I saw, and I just took it. And, I'm just happy I was able to contribute to our win. And it was a big play, but, just on to the next play. That's all that was on my mind.
Well, you went on to the next play. You made the last play of the game, too, there in the corner of the end zone as Winfield was trying to drive. Tell me about that play.
That's just – man, we run through that drill multiple times during practice, during individual drills with Coach Charles, and it was just put it into action in that one. It was a great feeling coming down with the ball and then seeing the student section, the whole arena just erupt. It was a feeling that can't replace for anything.
I saw one of your comments to Brett McCormick. It was a Super Bowl-esque type feeling
Yes,
because, we couldn't fire the cannon, but there were a lot of people firing some noise that night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was a great feeling,
You mentioned Justin Charles. He, of course, played on that same field when he was a young player at Louisiana College back in the early 2000s. He was a defensive back as well. Now he comes in as a new voice for you guys as a defensive coordinator after successful stints of coaching on the college and high school level. Tell me what it's like having not just a defensive coordinator that knows defense but knows your position.
Right. It's a blessing to have Coach Charles. He's just added a lot to our program all around. He's helped me personally just become more of a vocal leader, grow into my position, helped all of us really. He's made a huge impact on us and couldn't do it without him.
Well, that's good stuff. I know Coach Bell talks about that all the time. Obviously, the head coach is the one that takes the lumps, from fans and from media sometimes, whether you're doing well or not doing well. But it does take all the staff, just like it takes all the team to win.
Yes, sir. Definitely, most definitely.
Well, very good. Well, tell me. I know you're in your junior year and everything, but what does the future hold for Jacob Miranda as far as what are you thinking as far as the next level?
I definitely want to play football in the next level. Just focused on my junior year right now. It's a very important year for me with athletics and school and stuff like that. So my mind has really just been on studies in football right now. I'm not trying to think too much ahead, trying to focus on the present right now and just have a great season, try and shock a lot of people.
Well, I got you. I was sharing the graphic this morning from our player of the game, that a graphic that Nathan worked on and recognized our sponsor, Quibido's, for the player of the game, and I actually sent that to the owner this morning, and I was sending him your stat line as you look at the monitor there and see your position with the logo and everything. So you were our first and his first player of the week, player of the game award, and I sent him your stats, and Chef John said, that sounds like a kid that needs to be playing college football. I said, well, let's get through his junior and senior year first. But, yes, no doubt about that. And so that certainly look forward to watching that continued success. Jacob, something I like to ask players when they come, is give me a little insight. I don't get to be around Coach Bell a lot, except when we're here at Deggys or, at the game. But you guys spend a lot of time together. And I know there's bound to be a Bryant Bell story that you just can share with us.
I have the perfect one.
You have the perfect one. Okay, well, Courtney's listening, so go ahead and give us that perfect Bryant Bell story.
This was probably sometime during my last season, sophomore year, or it might have been my freshman year. I don't exactly remember, but There's a famous line that me and the guys still use in the locker room whenever we're not moving around or somebody's not doing anything fast enough. Is oozing around. And oozing around. Yeah, he used that in the weight room when we're just not the energy is not there in it. Just something like that. So that's something that
may have to try that in the press box.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys are just oozing around.
Just
you
oozing around.
really need to pick up the pace up here. So that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Visiting with Jacob Miranda. When you see him on the field, he's number 2, but he certainly was number 1 this week as far as our player of the game. He also had our Southern Air Cool Player of the Game, and Coach Bell told us that you also were the recipient of the Farm Bureau Player of the Week award as well. So a good week for you. That's a good start.
Yes, sir. All glory to God, though.
I like that, no doubt about it. And Coach Bell, a young man that I know as we talk about your class of recruits that came in for you, his third season, your third season, a lot I know still to come for this young man.
No doubt about it. He's 50% done. He's still got 50% more excitement left to be seen, and I can't wait to watch it with the rest of you guys.
No doubt about it. Appreciate it. Congratulations to you, young man. And I saw Mom get some pictures, so that's a good thing, too. You said she likes to take a lot of pictures.
Yes, sir.
And she can know that she can go to YouTube anytime now and watch this on YouTube because it'll stay on there until YouTube goes down. But glad to be able to do this on 446 Sports, and look forward to watching you again this Friday night against the Menard Eagles.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll be back after this timeout. We'll continue the Bryant Bell Coaches Show live from Jim Deggys Pizza on Highway 28 East in the Skyline Plaza on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
We return live to Jim Deggys Pizza on Highway 28 East as we take a look at our Deggy Cam, and I want to encourage you still have time to come and join us here. Looking forward to eating some pizza when we get finished with the show here. So I want to encourage you to come join us at Jim Deggys. And Coach, I want to say, we've got a lot of sponsors, obviously, that help make this happen, but we say a big thank you to Paul Averett and the folks here at Jim Deggys. They, embraced us when we were looking for a new home a couple of seasons ago, and they hadn't let go of us.
I couldn't imagine going to another place other than Jim Deggys here. This has been great.
It really has, and we appreciate you guys joining us on this on a Wednesday night special edition. We'll be back on Thursday nights starting next week through the rest of the season. But do, again, say a big thank you to Jim Deggys. If you haven't come for one of their hand-tossed 10-inch personal-sized pizzas that is cooked over a 700-degree fire for about 3 minutes, that's all it takes is about 3 minutes in that oven, then you're really missing out. And of course, it's a special family recipe that goes into that dough. So I want to encourage you to come and support our good friends here at Jim Deggys on Highway 28 East in the Skyline Plaza. It is their, they of course made their name known originally from being a food truck, and then they took that food truck and put it into brick and mortar here, and this is their first location. They're working on another location in Lafayette, but really excited to have Jim Deggys as the home for the Bryant Bell Coaches Show. Coach, as we pivot toward the focus on this week, your focus has been on that since the weekend, I know.
Right.
But the Menard Eagles, they went on the road last week and played St. Fred's. 34-3 was the final score there in favor of St. Fred's. Did you get any information out of any of the coaches from St. Fred's by chance?
Well, I would be lying, and it'd be stupid. It'd be stupid not to. I'm lying if I said I didn't, but yes, I did.
Is there a certain bell you called on up there? Is that ring a bell? I mean,
right.
You talked to your dad. I know. What was his thoughts on the Eagles?
They're big up front, and I mean they have a big quarterback. I mean they'll run him as well as throw him, and they're going to be a disciplined football team, and we know that. I assume, this is probably going to be their biggest crowd that they'll probably play, in front of this season. I've coached 2A football before. I know some of the stadiums that go into that.
Right.
So they're going to be fired up. I mean, they beat us last year. They're going to be fired up to come in, and it's going to be a physical, another physical football game. We're going to have to match their intensity early on and often.
I know they had some mistakes in the game on offense. I watched some of the game, and they did put some drives together that turnovers would bite them, and obviously St. Frederick's contributed to that. But Menard, I think, will definitely be motivated by the fact that they did win against the Rebels at home last year.
Right. If you watch their game from last week, they had some unfortunate, we talked about bad bounces earlier. They just had some unfortunate bad bounces. The score just kind of got away from them. But they're a better football team than what that point spread was. And we expect a very physical and focused, Menard Eagles team to come in and put on a good performance of their own.
I do like, too, Coach, that you got, Winfield was obviously a little bit of a travel, but for Menard, just like Ash, just across the river, a good opportunity to have a road game for them, but not have to travel very far. I would hope their fan support would be strong as well. And then, of course, we think about that. We talk about that with Tioga as well, and we'll have them in week number 3. But yeah, it's a good opportunity for the coaches and for the players to have a game that is so close, and I hope that helps both games.
I enjoy good local games. The community they love it, and it's a matchup that should happen, and it's going to be a good crowd at DC Fieldhouse Stadium in a couple of days.
We think so. We think so as well. Again, Menard coming off a loss on the road. Had a real dreadful start, but in the first 3 minutes they were down 20-0, and final score there was 34-3 in favor of St. Fred. So the Eagles come in 0-1, but hungry to get a win. And there's probably a little bit of other, little extra on the game with their former head coach and Justin Charles, now our defensive coordinator. Has that been talked about at all this week?
No, it hasn't. I mean, I mean, maybe for Menard, maybe not, but for us, I mean, he's a rebel now, and he's doing a good job with us, and that's our team is what he cares about. I'm sure he has good relationships and fond memories with them, but it's he's turned the page too.
It was certainly nice to, after the game last week in the coach's office there, to hug up on him and some others that I've got long relationships with. And certainly nice to see that. Happy for Coach Charles that he is fitting in so well. And yeah, he'll be focused on defense tomorrow night, I'm sure, and we'll be ready to execute that. As we look around to other games to be paying attention to this week, as we look around our district and our region, Ouachita will be playing at Neville, so good crosstown game there. Ruston is on the road at Jesuit. West Monroe is at East Ascension. West Ouachita will be hosting Jonesboro Hodge. Franklin Parish will be playing St. Frederick. Sterlington is at Mangum. Winfield is at Caldwell Parish. Gina is at Leesville, so going from one side of the state to the other. Faraday is at Peabody. Block is at Grant. And Tioga is on the road at Breaux Bridge. So that just gives you a little bit of a rundown of the upcoming games that you will see. We'll take one final time out, and when we come back, we'll put a wrap on our week number 2 edition of the Bryant Bell Coaches Show. You still have time to come join us. We're at Jim Deggys Pizza on Highway 28 East in the Skyline Plaza. Come see us, and we'll be back after this break on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open through Friday 8 to 5 and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk, 318-791-HAW, or online at talktohawk.com, and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Now we're back live as we come back for our final segment with head coach Bryant Bell getting ready for Friday night football. The Menard Eagles come to Bates Stadium, 7 o'clock game. And Nathan, how can you find the broadcast? Once again, help our folks understand. Want them to understand the number of ways they can find us.
Well, what I am excited to share is that there's been an update to the 446 Sports page. And so you go to 446sports.com, and then you click on high school, and you have 2 more options than you used to have. You now have the Quibido's Player of the Game, which will be an archive of all of the players of the games from all 5 of the 446 family.
Okay.
And then you have the Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, which is also an archive of all 5. You can look at all of those. But all you got to do is just go down to Pineville Rebel Football.
Okay.
And when you go to Pineville Rebel Football, you get a chance to – it's going to squirrel up there. It says Week 2, and all you got to do is click on that Week 2, and you get to watch the game live.
Okay, so that'll be Friday night, and you certainly want to check that out. But there was some football at Bates Stadium last night, Coach.
Yeah, our junior high got started off on the right foot last night. They got some good 8th grade players there, and they beat DeRitter and shut them out actually, and we're happy. We're 1-0. We're happy they're 1-0. LCU's 1-0. Hopefully we keep the good times rolling on this side of the river.
So what's it like for you when you're there with kids that that's our feeder school, and I know you spend a lot of time there, so I would think those kids know Coach Bell, by quite regularly. But do you walk the sidelines, or how does that work, Coach?
Well, I got there. We were finishing up our practice, and
okay.
when I showed up, the 8th grade was waiting in the back of the end zone, and they all got up and walked to me and said what's up and shake my hand, and that's that we've come a long way. That didn't happen. It used to be kind of like the black sheep when I first got here, to be honest with you. But I try to build a 2-year relationship with those kids, and to let them know that we care about them and we want them where we are. And it's paid off in these over the last couple of years, and I just enjoy the opportunity to be around them and build that relationship.
You know, you talk about that, and I want to brag too, because last season you had young men that could have, from 8th grade to 9th grade, gone just about anywhere, that open enrollment would allow them to go. And you sealed the deal unlike anyone has in quite a while since we've had open enrollment.
It takes being genuine with them and
right.
and spending
right.
time. And I drove a group to Ruby Wise today to do a little outreach work, and I'm just driving back to the school down old Highway 107. I was thinking I've put some miles in this over these last couple of years, and it's every mile's worth it, and we're finally seeing it pay off.
No doubt, and that's fantastic, and that's important. And I know Friday night, because I was at Pineville Junior High on Tuesday for Together Tuesdays, and several of our staff members were there as well, and I had a chance to interview after the Together Tuesday with their media team, and one of the question was, will you come visit our tent Friday, because there's something special going on at our football game for Pineville Junior High.
Right. Around last March, we have feeder system meetings, and it's something that not me, but together we representatives from each school in our system put together, and it's going to be feeder system night. At our place, or hopefully we have every kid that comes out, every Pineville school kid will get in free to the game. They have a tailgate beforehand, and it should be a very fun evening.
And I mean, that's so different, but it will help make a difference, Nathan, for these kids, because they get to experience, what it's like when they make that step, for 7th graders or 8th graders, but especially for those 8th graders that are looking ahead to,
right.
When I was a freshman, I was scared to death. And for these kids, they're getting this opportunity to feel what it's like. The kids are getting to play on the field. Those football players, they're getting to enjoy what it's like before they actually are at Pineville.
Yeah, and Mom and Dad also get a chance to see the welcoming atmosphere that's there, maybe get to meet some of the Rebel Club quarterback club parents, and understand that this is a huge community. I mean, it's a big family, the way you guys over over 4 years of your life get to be a part of each other's lives.
No doubt. And so, again, Friday night, 7 o'clock, hope you'll come out. The Menard Eagles will be the Week 2 opponent, and looking forward to that. Should be a good night weather-wise as well, so we want to encourage you to come out. Again, games at 7 p.m., Bates Stadium. You can go on Pineville High School's Facebook page, or Rebel Football as well, because you have to purchase your tickets online. If I understand that process, I haven't had to purchase tickets in a while.
You can pay at the gate.
Oh, you can still pay at the gate. Okay.
You can. There's an online option that you can find.
Okay.
And some people do take advantage of that, but you can do it the good old-fashioned way at the gate as well.
Good. So appreciate that. Want to encourage folks to come on out. And then next Thursday night, we'll be back on our Thursday night rotation here at Jim Deggys Pizza. We'll get ready. It will be Tioga week, so there will be a lot of interesting talk back and forth about all of that. But again, back here at Jim Deggys on our regular night next week from 6 to 7 p.m. on Thursday nights. Hope you'll join us for that. Coach, again, good luck to you tomorrow on Friday night. And again, weather looks like it's going to cooperate, and look forward to getting out there with the Menard Eagles, and look forward to visiting with you next week when you're 2-0. That's
right. Come on out, and I don't know the last time Pineville was 2-0, but it's overdue again.
Let's do it. For Nathan Martin, I'm Rich Dupree, and our head football coach, Bryant Bell. Thanks for joining us. We've been live at Jim Deggys Pizza, enjoying some great pizza, enjoying some great fellowship with coaches and fans that are here as well. And we'll see you back here next Thursday night from 6 to 7 p.m. All of it coming to you courtesy of our great sponsors and 446 Sports.